Hello everyone and welcome to the 5th episode of my GTA Online commentary series. Now to those of you who are new to the channel, because I haven't actually done one of these episodes for a while, these videos basically focus on anything that isn't racing to do with GTA Online. I talk over some gameplay and basically discuss anything that isn't racing related. All racing stuff goes in the racing series videos. And the topic of conversation today is going to be the lobby system in GTA Online. And why really that it sucks, why it's terrible, why it doesn't work, why it doesn't allow you to do the things that you want to do. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today, and the footage you're going to be watching is actually quite old as well. It was from within the first week of gameplay or something like that. Basically, I get a bounty put on me, and two of the friends who I'm playing with decide to come after me for it. So it's a bit of a chase and things like that, and you'll see how it all turns out in the end. So yeah, I'll leave you to watch that, and we're going to talk about the lobby system. So I could probably explain the problems that the lobby system has just by way of an example really. Say I go to choose a quick race, and all I want to do is do a normal land race, just, you know, supercars, sports cars, I don't mind, just a normal land race on a track. I go into my phone and I choose quick race and I get put into a sea race, or I get put into an air race. Neither of those things are what I want, so I back out again. Go through all the loading screens once more and go back and choose a quick race once again. I do that about 5 times before I actually get into a race that I want to actually play with. So I do that race and have some fun, enjoy it, and then we come to the lobby screen at the end and we have to vote on what we do next. Everyone in the lobby decides to vote for a sea race, or a water air race, or a TDM, or a top fun mission. And I have to quit out again and then go back and do a race again, go to try to find another lobby. So that is, in a nutshell, what is wrong with the lobby system in GTA. It doesn't, at a very basic level, allow you to do what you want to do. If I want to just do races all night, I can't. It's impossible to do that unless you find a lobby where everybody wants to do races. And you all just have to click replay every single time that you want to do the race, because you find one track that's good, but the 6 options that you get at the end of every time you do it are rubbish, so you just choose the same race again and again and again. So yeah, it's no good. It doesn't allow you to do what you want to do. And the way that I would do it personally, the way that I would want to see this improved is that, you know, in the first instance, separate land races with air races, sea races, dirt bike races, or, you know, dirt races, off-road races in general. They should all be separate things, because sometimes you just want to you want to fly some planes and you want to have a race in planes. Other times you want to do some off-road races, but they all get mashed in together in nearly 100 different races that you're never going to be able to find what you actually want to play. So I would separate those first of all, and, you know, with TDMs and things like that and missions, I would separate off sort of individual categories that may make sense. And then if someone chooses to do a land race, for example, they just stay in land races. That lobby becomes a land race lobby. So what happens is you join a race, and it's, say, on cutting corners. You do the race, and at the end of the race, the lobby screen, the voting screen, is another 6 land races that you can choose. So you choose the track that you race on rather than the mode that you play. So once you're playing races, you should only be able to play races. You can still have that freedom of choice of being able to choose which track that you race on. But I wouldn't have 5-6 different options, only one of which is a race, after you've just done another race, and have 5 different races to choose from when you've just done a TDM and all you want to do is play another TDM. You know, it makes no sense whatsoever to do it like that. And then I would also get rid of the refresh option, because it wouldn't really be needed at that point, and replace it with a way to move to a different game mode. So if you remember, if you ever played GTA 4, you could quite easily just, on the right hand side of the screen, choose between race, GTA race, cops and crooks, team deathmatch. You could just immediately go into another lobby if you were getting sick of the game mode. I would just do that, and if people want to leave to go to a different lobby and try a different game mode, they just choose that. They don't have to back out all the way again and go back in, or hope that everybody chooses the same mission that they want. It makes more sense to have it like that, because why would you choose to do a quick race if you weren't really interested in doing races more often as well? Like, surely if you want to do a TDM, the thing that you want to do for the next maybe hour of the game is do other TDMs. You're not going to chop and change all the time unless you're maybe with a big group of friends and you all want to do different things and mix it up a bit. But especially when you're on your own, I would say that especially for races, you just want to do the same thing over and over again. So that's how I would improve that. I mean, ideally the host would probably just choose everything, and if he wanted to choose the track, that would be ideal, and you just, so as long as you find a good lobby, then you're set to go for the rest of the night. But yeah, with the current voting system, that's how I'd implement it, so that you actually get to do what you want. But another problem that exists is the matchmaking in general isn't great. If you start up a lobby and you invite all of the people that were currently in your session, there's no guarantee that any of those will join, and beyond that, you can't really invite anyone else. It seems very hard to get people into your lobby if you host one, unless you take over a lobby that's already populated, and it seems like the more populated lobbies get random people joining a lot easier. But from a standpoint of just creating a lobby to your specifications and getting people to join, it's very hard. It doesn't just go and search for everybody in the world, or put everybody who wants to join a race, get them into your lobby. It seems to be very restricted on it. It's only the people. It only invites the people who are actually in your session at the time, in the free roam session, and that's no good. People are doing their own thing in free roam. Inviting people in free roam isn't going to do much. It's one or two people maximum is going to join, because people are doing their own thing and they're in the middle of their own little missions in free roam, and they're not going to want to leave those. Even if they do want to join your lobby, they're not going to leave those missions and stop doing what they're doing. So yeah, that's another problem. I would say the matchmaking would need to be improved to sort of have a wider field of view, essentially, and a wider area to look at for people trying to join lobbies. It just seems very hard to get into the lobby that you want. And on that point, filters would be a good idea as well, because the settings in GTA lobbies are difficult. You can join a race lobby and it'll either be a normal race, a rally race, a GTA race, or a team GTA race. You don't have control over what it is, it's just whatever the host wants. But all of the default settings are stupid. There's catch-up is on by default, traffic is on by default. Every time that you join, even if you're in the same lobby, if you choose a different race, then all of the settings go back to the default settings. You might have had traffic off, catch-up off, and you'd replayed the mission a couple of times, and that was great, you're having a lot of fun. Then a race comes up that everyone else wants to play, you play that, but all of the settings return to the default settings. What's the point of that? If you're in a lobby and you have a certain amount of settings, just keep the settings the same. Why would anyone want to change them? If a new host comes in, he'll change them, but why change the settings every single time a new mission is selected or a new race is selected? So yeah, I mean, the settings are a problem, and having filters to be able to filter out races or TDMs that you don't want when you're searching for these missions would be ideal. So if I wanted to play a TDM, just a normal standard TDM, I could search for that without risking jumping into any team deathmatch lobbies. Same for races. If I wanted to join a GTA race rather than a normal GTA race, and I didn't want catch-up or traffic to be on, it would make sense to have a filter for that sort of thing, so I could only search, and the game would only put me into lobbies where catch-up wasn't on, traffic wasn't on, and it was a normal race rather than a GTA race or something like that. It would make more sense to do that from the start, rather than jumping into a lobby, having to come all the way back out again, go through all the loading screens, and keep rinse and repeat that process 5 different times before you find a lobby that you might consider as half decent. And then you go to host your own lobby and you can't get anyone in. So yeah, it's just a bit of a mess really, I think, and there's a lot that could be improved. But I am going to wrap this video up there. I think I've covered everything that I wanted to say about the lobby system in this video. But I do want to hear what you guys have to think about it. Let me know in the comments down there below. Do you agree with what I'm saying, or is it fine for you, or are you finding it okay? Are you not running into the same problems that I am? It might just be different ways we play the game. I don't know. So let me know in the description down below. I'd really be interested to hear what you have to say. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to give it a like and all that good stuff. And I'll see you next time.